You remember Muppets in Space?
Oh,
Rizzo?
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Build me a jacuzzi.
That movie, no one ever watches that movie. That's not even on Disney Plus, is it?
It is not.
Someone else owns the rights to that. I think the Swedish company that owned them, or the German company, or something.
Swedish Chef?
Swedish Chef.
It was some little small country company owned.
Dude, what about that? Dude, remember that scene at in the ABC Muppet Show where he says that his name is actually Michelle, and then I forget the actress who says, she's like, "Oh, live your truth," and he goes, "Urker durker."
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Too Much to Say.
I thought we were opening with the song.
No, I was joking.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you
I'm
gotta
going
play
to talk
the song.
about the song, but I'm not going to play the song.
Oh, okay. My
yeah,
fault.
people know the song.
I'm not
That
too familiar with it.
chocolate, make it melt.
Oh my god.
Do it, Duncan.
I forget. What's my name? What's my name?
What's my name? We were talking about Ludacris's "What's Your Fantasy."
Oh man.
Welcome to Too Much to Say. By the way, did we already say that?
I said that, and then you're like, "I thought you were going to start with the
my
song."
fault. My
so
fault.
Now we're just looping right back over.
My bad.
We
It's
got Eric, Isaac, Duncan.
We're here again. Once again. What's my name?
1 week later.
Yeah, we're a full week later.
Isaac's
in
only going to
time.
exchange clothes in a week.
Isaac, good.
I'm
good,
halfway
good.
through my contract negotiation right now.
You
So
are.
yeah.
Isaac's
Isaac's back to being much shorter. Did you put your seat down again? Okay, because you look a lot shorter right now, or you moved back or something. I don't know.
Dude, I'm not even joking. I might have given him the broken chair.
Oh,
I have one that's a little funky.
it feels better now.
Dude,
Hero.
nice shirt, man.
Shop the merchandise here.
Man,
Leave a like if you like the shirt.
man. If you don't like it, leave a like still.
If you don't like it, then don't ever watch our videos ever again.
All right, so I was talking to these guys about the first time
That's
I
us.
remember hearing
We're these guys.
a rap song. It was "What's Your Fantasy" by Ludacris at my uncle's funeral. My cousin was driving my brother and I from like the funeral or the wake to the funeral, like wake to the burial. And "What's Your Fantasy" played, and then It Wasn't Me with Shaggy. Was
and
that
got
Shaggy?
you in the shower.
Wasn't me. I remember hearing those two songs
something.
between the two, and I felt very uncomfortable because I was probably like 11 or 12, and it was like, oh, they're talking. I know what they're talking about, but I'm not quite sure. But I know I shouldn't be hearing this. But I remember hearing that.
Radio playing while you're on the way there.
Dude, I remember when that
Seems like
song-
a etiquette thing.
I remember when
It
Luke...
kind of it was a little tone deaf probably to be playing that. But
in the garden, all in the dirt. Remember that part?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
You're on the way to a gravesite? And that's
Oh
the
yeah,
song?
true. Ludacris is talking about having sex with someone.
When that
Yeah.
song used to come
It
on
is.
the radio, I used to be like, oh, change it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this with my mom.
No, yeah, it was like kind of awkward, but it was,
It was
my cousin, so
super
that was,
awkward.
That was cool, but
I didn't even really know what it meant. I just knew that it was like,
that's the one thing you knew when you're little, and it was like a dirty song or something.
Yeah, it was like
You
something.
Didn't know the context, but you knew the context.
Make it hurt in the garden, all in the dirt.
Yeah.
It's
Back
dirt.
seat, windows up.
That's the way I like to go about my business.
But yeah, so I was wondering, do you guys remember like the first rap song you listened to, or like a movie or TV show or something you watched with your parents, and there was a part where you were like, I'm very uncomfortable watching this
Okay,
in this
so
moment.
all right, so I've got a. Why are we talking about fantasies real
Yeah,
quick?
Okay, because
let's
we're
jump
actually going
into
to
it.
talk Isaac's topic. You want to?
Gosh,
Well,
you just like...
You know better than anybody.
We thought it would be fun for this era of the show to each pick a topic, and we're going to do it each week. And Isaac's beautiful topic that I love so much,
Thank you,
is the idea of like if you could have a golden ticket, just like the movie Last Action Hero, and actually teleport
I was
yourself.
about to say Willy Wonka because you said golden ticket.
Well,
so maybe I'm like,
it's
Willy Wonka.
It's the same thing in Last Action Hero.
that might be my answer.
I can
If
see
you
that
could
being your
transport
answer.
yourself into a work of a film or a television show, what would your fantasy be? And then that led Eric to be like, "Oh, remember that song? What's your
Ludacris,
fantasy?"
yeah.
In the flowers in
Ludacris?
the dirt.
That's what I want to live in.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why we brought it up.
I want to live in that music video.
Can I tell you guys something very personal?
Here we go. Please do.
I'm gonna get real low.
Please
real
do.
Dim the lights. So I remember, and it was even I was so young that like I didn't even really know what this meant.
This is probably gonna be really good.
But
He's giving a lot of backstory, a lot
Yeah.
of context.
I was even too young to really know like what a naked woman like why does that make me feel a certain way.
Uh-huh.
But I remember watching True Lies with my parents when I was a
that's
kid.
a very interesting movie.
And the scene where Jamie Lee Curtis starts to strip, I distinctly remember being like, this is different. Like, what's going on? This is not the way I'm used to feeling.
Jamie, no!
That's the reason why still to this day, like, I got a thing for Jamie Lee Curtis.
Really? Because you watched her with your parents strip.
No, she just meant a lot to me in that moment in time.
It. Your mom's like, dude, we rented True Lies on VHS from Blockbuster, and this section just won't play anymore. Because Duncan's sick from school, Bacon's sick watching this.
Jamie
this
Lee
part
Curtis
over and
still
over.
to this dude, like those Halloween movies, like she does something to me, man. Those
The
activities,
Halloween movies where she's trying to not get murdered, you're like, ooh yeah,
the activity,
run away,
the activity,
That's with the Halloween crossover.
run away, Jamie. I hope Michael Myers cuts that shirt off.
the Activia commercials.
What? Jamie Lee Curtis talking about she can't poop, and you're like, yes,
dude. Anything with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Stool softener.
Knives Out. Were you like,
Oh,
she's not in Knives Out.
yes, she is.
she is in Knives Out?
Well, I haven't seen it, so.
Oh, you haven't seen Knives Out?
No.
Oh.
Well, wait till you do.
I've tried seeing.
She wears clothes the whole time.
I've tried watching it several times, but
Online.
I couldn't
illegally?
I couldn't find a good version of it.
God's punishing you for watching movies illegally.
Jesus.
He's like, now you can't watch Jamie Lee Curtis in her golden years
Oh, we're done now.
Dude,
We're
Trading
done.
Places?
with Lindsay Lohan.
No. That's Freaky
that's
Friday.
Friday.
Trading Places was with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. She's also in that movie, and she's wonderful.
Were you more into Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis's body, or were you more into Jamie Lee Curtis into?
I've never seen Freaky Friday, but I would assume probably Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis's body.
You actually said that, and did you catch his eyes? I wonder if this is going to be on camera. Duncan goes Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan's body, and he goes,
I said the other
"Oh,
one.
the other one. Sorry, you said Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis's body, and you seriously you finished saying that, and you go, kind of like,
I didn't notice it if I did.
like, oh, dude, just wait
Something
till
went
you're
off in
editing
his
this.
brain.
Like it, you seriously like you're like perfect.
I enjoy some Jamie Lee Curtis. I won't even lie. She's my favorite. She's up there.
That's
for
like
me.
how Helen Mirren to me is.
Dude, I love Helen Mirren
She's
too.
hot. As
Dude,
far as older ladies
Helen
go,
Mirren, whoo, she could get it.
she could get it. Helen
So,
Mirren.
your fantasy world.
Oh yeah, fantasy world. I want you guys to go first because I was trying to figure out
You
earlier.
still got some thinking to do.
Do you really?
Okay, all right. I'm just going to talk out loud here. Actually, do you want me to go
Work
first, or do
through
you want
it.
you guys
Let's
to go
workshop
first?
it. Let's workshop it.
Let's
You got a
workshop.
golden ticket.
Let's go.
You know what's
I
funny?
I
don't
still
either.
want a whiteboard in here to just get up and freely write stuff on it.
I
love whiteboarding stuff.
I am not criticizing you in any way, but we
I
always
suck. You hate me.
we always talk about your volume on the podcast. You have been so loud this episode.
I'm trying to be louder. Is this bad?
No. It's I was just pointing it out.
Okay, thank you.
It's because he's turned the mic again. He's trying to revolt against us.
No, I think it's right. Right? Am I holding the mic right? Or do I have
No,
it?
it sounds fine. So yeah, it's good.
Does it?
It sounds great. Can you hear me right now? This is called the proximity effect.
The proximity effect.
He said
All right, so here's my thing. There's
Let's
two
workshop it.
I
franchises
would love to get into the Muppets.
that I
Yes.
Okay, that's actually the one that I was gonna pick.
I knew
if
it,
I could
man.
just
Yeah.
exist in a
Dude,
world,
yeah.
but just exist.
I didn't know if that's where you're going. I'm sorry I
No,
spoiled it.
seriously, it was the Muppets film. Like that'd be a fun world, and how cool would it be to write for the Muppet Show, where like be like work
Yeah.
like how cool would it be to go like okay Muppet Theater, you know, of course, Scooter's uncle's theater that they get to use.
Scooter and
Who's a gopher?
so my introduction to Muppets was really the Muppet Babies. So when I was a kid, I always kind of felt like, oh, Kermit and Miss Piggy and Gonzo and Skeeter.
There's Skeeter was in the Muppet Babies. That was a woman Scooter.
Oh,
She was
okay.
invented during the Muppet
She
Babies.
was his sister?
I don't know how they were related. Cousin maybe?
So Scooter
How
and
are-
Rolf were all kind of on the same level as far as like the amount of camera time that they got. But then you watch like the Muppet Show or
Twin sister.
the new Muppet Show or any of the newer movies, and like Rolf and Scooter are only in it for like 2 seconds.
Well, Ralph, once Jim Henson died, that was the Muppet he connected to closest.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't use Ralph too much. Kermit's new. I would like to say we've talked about this a lot. Kermit's new voice actor in a lot of the stuff
Sucks.
sounds like trash.
Hey, Portal, call Kermit.
Fozzie!
Kermit!
I sent everyone a portal so we can be together no matter where we are.
And I'm sorry,
awful.
but it sounds. He's like, "Hello, I'm Kermit the Frog." Like
Like it's like someone
bad.
trying their hardest to do a Kermit impression, and it sounds terrible.
I can't believe because they always have your main Kermit guy, then they have your backup Kermit guy.
Well, the main guy got fired, didn't he?
Yeah, because I think he wanted like more money or something.
I was reading
so they got
about
the
it.
back, but usually it's kind of like where a lot of times with like plays and Broadway productions, they have the understudy.
Yeah.
and they always do like B-roll and backup stuff.
Well,
but they're constantly training under the main person, and it's like I don't know who they pulled.
Yeah. Well, you
But
realize
it
that
sounds like Bob Chapek was like, "I'm just going to save money. I'll do it."
What I don't is
I'll do it.
What you don't realize is the fact that like all of the main Muppets, it's like 4 people that do all the voices.
A lot of them, yeah, it's all the
It's
same
like
person.
a lot of people do multiple. I don't know what the Kermit guy did. He did a couple other.
The
voices.
Kermit guy, Jim Henson.
No. The guy that's been it for like the last 20 years or something that just got fired a couple years ago.
Because I think there's one removed after Jim Henson. People to voice.
So
but
like,
anyways,
would you be like writing for them? Like,
yeah, I think
inside this world, you exist
if I could
Kermit.
take myself as in my current life and go into another universe or at like kind of pull the universe to our world, it would be Muppets, because I think it would be kind of the Muppets like in like their world is kind of like whimsical in a sense, but not necessarily.
You wouldn't want to be like Walter and be, isn't that his name, Walter? And be like,
no, I'm not a big Walter fan. Even though I think he's fine, Walter was a little like weird to me.
That's the newer,
Walter was too meta in that movie.
You're talking about the new,
that was the Jason Segel movie, the Muppets movie,
the brother.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's actually a really good movie. And Walter's cool, but it's so my other option, I will say, if it was I get to go to a world but I get to live within that world as like someone else or kind of like really change things up,
right,
was actually going to be Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, good call.
Because I think being a pirate,
I would not want to get scurvy.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, if I'm just an average dude, like if you just take my body and put me in pirates, I'm dead in like a week.
Yeah.
But like if I could go be like the hero of a story or like be like the main person of a story or
Jack
universe,
Sparrow's buddy.
The Jack Sparrow, get over. Jack Sparrow's fine. Like I would just get over Jack Sparrow. I'd be like, let's kill him.
Dun 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 dun.
I love the Pirates of the Caribbean world and franchise. I think I've always thought if I could go back and like not have any like conscious with anything, because obviously being a pirate would mean like probably doing really messed up stuff all the time. You think as I am now?
You could be a good pirate.
People root for the pirates.
No, I'm saying I'm not necessarily. You'd be a successful pirate, but you'd be like a good guy,
like
pirate.
a Robin Hood pirate.
You'd be like a good,
like doing the wrong
you'd be
things
like
for the
a
right
good
reason.
Crack dealer.
Yeah.
Like, hey, want some crack?
A good, hey, you want some crack? It may help with your headaches. But so yeah, I thought about that, and then I thought, what if I combined them? It was Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was kind of like, well, I can't do that. What? That sounds the least appealing out of the three for some reason. I don't know, because I don't know what happens after Muppet Treasure Island or before it. But it would be kind of fun to have like Fozzie and like Mr. Bimble, the guy who lives on his thumb or finger or whatever. And
Sam
then, like,
the Eagle.
Sam the Eagle is really cool in it, and then of course you had
What's your feeling on Pepe the Prawn?
I don't like Pepe. I don't like Bean Bunny. Even Robin, I'm a little iffy on. Kermit's nephew.
Oh yeah, Robin.
The newer the Muppets get when they add characters, I'm like very old school with the Muppets. I'm like, no. Even like how Gonzo has become, not a big fan of it. But I enjoy like traditional Muppet show, like old school. And then Muppets Tonight was really good, which was like kind of more of a short-lived early 90s, mid-90s. Well, mid to late 90s.
I thought you were talking about the recent ABC
there
show.
There was Muppets Tonight, which was basically a reboot of the Muppet Show. I think it was on ABC, but I'm not sure.
I really liked the newer ABC show.
That was fine. It was totally The Office with the Muppets, but
I wish it would come back. I really enjoy. But the reason why I asked that, I love Pepe the Prawn, and like that's sort of like the dividing line for me is like.
Oh, you like Pepe the Prawn?
I like Pepe the Prawn.
I could do without him for
sure. Because there were so many movies and shows and whatnot before he came along, and the weirdest thing about that is the fact that he's in like, he's in the show a lot, and he's in a couple of the movies quite a bit. I don't really know, but then like the Muppet movie with Walter and Jason Segel and everything, he's in that movie, but he's like in the background for like a split second, and then that's it. But then like he's a main character on the TV show. It's really odd.
And that's kind of like Bean Bunny to me. If Muppet, have you ever watched like Muppet Vision, like just like a video of it online? It's like at Hollywood Studios.
I don't know.
It was Jim Henson's last like Muppet project.
Oh,
at
I think I
Disney.
know what you're talking
So
about.
like that was like Bean Bunny isn't very big in a lot of other things, but like Bean Bunny's huge in Muppet Vision. But
Gotcha.
Pepe's not in Muppet Vision at all.
What?
Fozzie's by far my favorite Muppet though. I love Fozzie Bear.
I love Fozzie.
My original AOL Instant Messenger name was Fozzie Bear Fan 91.
Wow.
So you know
That's your
get all those ladies
that's your
in middle
image
school.
in my phone, by the way.
Fozzie Bear.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. I love Fozzie Bear.
You know,
But yeah, I think it would be fun to go like if you could go work in a writer's room for the Muppets.
Yeah.
Because you could do really good like, oh yeah, Gonzo's gonna get hit with like a cannonball tonight. Like you couldn't do that with SNL.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then they kind of mess up everything anyways. That's like kind of the charm of the Muppets is that like no matter how hard they try, they get to where they want to be eventually, but they completely go take a different route with it. And I love that about the Muppets. I think they're fun and like they teach you a lot. Like I truly like if I were to go see a Muppet performance or something, I wouldn't look at the puppeteers.
See, I could see him in a writer's room with the Muppets, but what I would like to see, what I'm interested in seeing, is like how you would live on a ship for months on end.
But with pirates,
Yeah.
I feel like I would probably, I don't know. That's one thing. I think being a pirate would be pretty cool. In Pirates of the Caribbean, at least you get a little bit of kind of like sci-fi brought into it. So with Captain,
with the Kraken. And
I would be with Captain Barbosa. I love Barbosa.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Because he's like a very traditional pirate to me, but like in a bad way, and that's cool.
Because he's got a monkey instead of a parrot.
True.
Yeah.
Named Jack.
a talking parrot.
That's
Tim Curry.
Dude, Pirates of the Caribbean is so good.
I was doing Tim Curry from
Yeah.
Tim
Treasure
Curry's so
Island.
cool.
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, I would. It's basically the Muppets. I can't
I
believe you
rewatched
made a joke
Clue
about it because that's
recently.
exactly. I was trying to really rack my brain. You brought up the topic to us 2 days ago, I think it was, and I was like MCU, and I was like, no, because if I'm just me, like the MCU doesn't. I'm just gonna die in some horrific world-ending event.
So I don't want to spoil mine too much, but that was the thought process I went through. Also, is like, yeah, it would be cool to live in the MCU, but then I would just be me, and like I'm like, why? So it wouldn't be any different. So that's the reason why I went with the one I went with. So
So I would say the Muppets because I think it would be like a dream job too. It's already a dream job, like if I could just work with like the Muppets franchise in any way at some point, which I don't know
should be
why
a
I would ever get
puppeteer,
there,
man.
but no. I mean, I could do different
doing
voices
this-
sometimes.
Doing this for hours seems like it would be exhausting.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know the weirdest thing is like I've watched so many. I think I watched all of them. There's those Muppet shorts where they're with kids and they ask them like questions and stuff.
From Sesame Street?
I don't know. It's little kids.
Do you watch
maybe.
Sesame Street every day?
Where they have the
No,
box.
it's on Disney Plus.
I feel like you give me a look sometimes. You're like, don't.
No. It's some on Disney Plus. I forget what it's called, but it's the Muppets. They've got the puppet like right there next to the little kid, and I'm like, wouldn't the kid like be weird about seeing a
Watching-
person underneath?
they probably have
there?
a stool or something that they're standing on.
No, a lot of times watching behind the scenes stuff, or like when people go visit Sesame Street with their kids, like celebrities, they'll post pictures sometimes going to like Sesame Workshop, and they'll walk up with like it's like the puppeteer and the Muppet, I guess, it's right there, and like the kids just don't realize
Just
it
can't
Wow.
separate it
because
in their head.
you're so fixated, and I'm like that's how I would feel 100%. Like I think it's just like you immediately believe it because they do such a good job. Like they give life to felt. Yeah, I think it's they don't really cover themselves. They just go ahead
I was
and
wondering
like,
if
well,
like
this is real.
You see like the puppeteer, like there's got like something draped over them and their arm sticking out of it.
I mean, think about it like this way. Like if you like with your child, you may go ahead and like a little puppet or like a little like a teddy bear or something.
Out of, like, a
isn't
pair of underwear or something?
It's the voice is clearly coming out of your mouth and all that. But like a puppet, like you're actually like bringing life to it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think that just adds to a kid's imagination because it's actually like a physical
Yeah,
real
because
thing
like
at that point.
kids are dumb. So
Well, kids aren't dumb, but they're naive, Like, they just don't know.
JK, kids are great.
But hashtag kids are great.
No, that
At
might
Dunk
be
Butler,
That might
hashtag
be
kids are
dangerous.
great.
I apologize.
Send pictures of your favorite kids
No,
to
don't,
Duncan.
Hashtag-
please don't. God,
Baby.
bless.
Hashtag baby.
No, I was going to say the hips.
Send a picture of your
I was gonna
favorite
say that.
Hashtag mom bearing hips.
Yeah.
child.
We're gonna find Duncan, his future wife, with the hashtag mom bearing hips.
That'd be great,
If it looks like Elastigirl.
dude. She thick,
She thick. There's a lot of funny vines out there of like people talking about Elastigirl being thick.
dude. She thick.
So let's get into your fantasy world.
I bet Duncan's
Let's
Duncan's
go.
bedroom has a big
It's-
poster of
it's got
Elastigirl.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Elastigirl.
Elastigirl.
What
Yo,
else
who
is in this
else is
fantasy
it?
But
world?
it's Jamie
feel
Lee
like
Curtis from Halloween.
I feel like I'm developing a type. So
Jamie Lee Curtis is not thick at all, though. To be honest,
she isn't, not at all.
They're both very strong mom types. Are you into moms?
I don't know.
Maybe just strong women.
Yeah,
Strong, true. What about Sigourney Weaver?
Oh yes.
I feel like that would complete your trifecta.
yeah. But I don't think I ever had that. I never had that connection to Sigourney Weaver, but I really respect her as an artist.
Okay, so you don't think she's hot?
What about one more? What about Charlize Theron from Mad Max? Very strong.
Yeah, she's great.
Would you let her like totally like rule you?
I mean, probably.
You could be her warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Furiosa.
You could huff some paint or whatever they huff and
Valhalla.
You could yell Valhalla as Charlize Theron is like
My donkey.
and you have like a metal beard instead of a hair
A
beard.
metal beard,
Yeah.
like the dude from Lego.
Yeah.
Legos.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So
my fantasy would.
fantasy world to live in.
Um,
We already know your fantasy is Jamie Lee Curtis from True Lies.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan.
Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah,
Am I
that's
forget-
right.
Am I
That's right.
remembering it
True
wrong?
Lies.
True Lies.
I keep thinking of Kindergarten Cop, but
I was actually thinking of twins.
Funny enough, Arnold Schwarzenegger as a teacher is also Duncan's fantasy.
Wow, dude, I cannot do.
Arnold Schwarzenegger talking to Duncan like in like a kindergarten level.
you're in timeout.
The only thing I remember from that
Duncan's like,
movie
"Yes,
is
I
like
am."
where the kid's like, "What's a ferret?" and he's like, "That's a ferret."
That's a pretty good accent.
Thanks. I'm pretty good at accents, mate.
Oh wow,
The
here's
dingo ate your baby.
There we go.
You sounded like Russell Brand there, actually.
Yeah, well, it's a work in progress.
Hey, by the way, just to circle back,
Yeah, what do we circle into?
so Jim Henson was the original guy. Then you had Steve Whitmire, who voiced him from Henson's death to 2017.
Yeah,
he's basically our Kermit.
Yeah.
Steve Whitmire. Then he got fired due to creative differences on long-term creative differences over Kermit's characterization, which I could see at some point him being like, "What are you guys doing?" And then it turned into Matt Vogel, who is doing it now. Matt, sorry, dude.
Sorry, Matt.
Those are tough shoes.
I'm
to
sure
fill,
you're
though.
a great guy.
Very tough shoes to fill. Very tough shoes.
Dude, yeah, those Facebook commercials is just like, it takes me completely out of it when all of the other voices are still the same, but Kermit's just sounds like he's got like influenza or something.
He sounds like he has a cold. Kermit and everything he does now is just throwing up and sick. He actually, Matt Vogel, he voiced a lot of like Floyd Pepper, Constantine, who's the evil Kermit in Muppets Most Wanted.
Oh.
Sweetums, Pops, Robin. I didn't realize Robin was in Muppets Most Wanted. The 80s Robot, Camilla the Chicken, Uncle Deadly. He doesn't really voice characters that have a lot of lines, and then they're like, "Do you want to be Kermit?" Which is kind of odd. Yeah, I don't really like this. I don't like him being Kermit. I'm sorry, but I don't like that at all.
Sorry, Matt.
All right, Duncan. I'm giving you that golden ticket to go to any movie world.
I'm
Is it
really
True
excited
Lies?
to be there.
I almost made a Blade
Is it
Runner
True Lies?
2049 joke on the
Oh,
text chain, but I can't bring it up anymore.
Yeah,
That'd be a fun world, though. It would be.
It would be a fun world. I had a lot of the same thoughts that Eric had because, I think like the obvious answer would be like, oh, I'd love to be in Star Wars world or whatever. But the thing is like, you would probably be like you would be like a technician on. You'd be like Matt from from that SNL skit.
Oh yeah.
you'd be one of those guys. It really wouldn't be that special. Same with like the MCU. It doesn't mean that you're gonna like be a superhero all of a sudden. And then I had another one where I was like, oh, that'd be cool. But I think I thought about Pirates of the Caribbean honestly, briefly, but. After
You were dead set when Isaac sent this topic. You're like, I have the perfect one or whatever.
it's funny. The timing of it was really, it really synced up. I thought to
Is it
myself,
Monsters University?
it's not Monsters University.
Okay.
I thought to myself, like, what is a scenario where it's like normal people can also do extraordinary things and have extraordinary abilities.
Shrek.
It's not Shrek. It's actually Midsommar.
okay. So I've never seen what?
Oh,
I'm joking.
I was like, that's a horrific movie.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Mother, I want to be Javier Bardem and Mother.
No, dude. My thought was actually
This is the longest buildup we've ever had on the show.
Dude, I'm pretty good at these long buildups. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, okay.
And my thought behind it is, in that movie, just like a lot of Edgar Wright movies, like normal people for some reason have like amazing martial arts abilities and like awesome weapons and like cool powers and stuff like
It's
that.
basically a real life video game.
Basically, like
I thought that was just his outlook on the world. I didn't know the world was actually like that.
Well, you could probably take it it either way.
I just assumed it was like his height. Like if he was telling that he was an unreliable narrator, basically.
Yeah. No, but that video game-esque sort of style, like that would be a fun place to be, you know? When like you got to take out, like you can punch a guy and turn him into change. You know what I'm saying? Like I just thought that I thought it would be a fun place to visit.
That's cool because that's a very offbeat. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one. When I thought of it, I was like, oh, that's something that no one will ever think of. So I was like, I'll just pick that, you know?
Yeah.
Because I could also have gone with like Ready Player One or something like that. That'd be a cool place to go. Or shoot, I guess. I don't know. I had a couple other ideas, but no.
I did think of Mad Max for a little bit, and I was like, that probably would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting world if I could spend like one day in it and know I wouldn't die. Then I'd be like Mad Max.
I don't know.
Even then, no.
Hot.
But I think it'd be like an interesting, like, how does this world work? Because it doesn't.
Yeah,
type of thing. Like,
yeah.
And weird, like.
Oh, dude, I should have said Harry Potter. That would have been a cool world.
That was the one. That was another one where I was like, just because I live in Harry Potter world doesn't mean that
you
I'm
could be special.
That I'm a wizard. You know what I mean?
You could be Rey and be Palpatine's clone granddaughter.
Clone of a clone.
Of a clone. Clone of a clone.
You could be a clone of a clone.
Yeah.
Clone squared.
Clone squared. All right, Isaac.
That is my
Harry Potter.
That is it.
Oh, wow. Man, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
that's
okay.
That's kind of like the perfect answer, honestly.
And
it really is.
Yeah, I mean the reason is we kind of grew up with the books coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And
I never read a single book.
Ever in
you
his
should.
Life. I
tried.
Any book.
I tried. I really tried, but I never finished a book.
Just listen to the audio version too, and do that because the narrator on that is great.
Right now.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
But no, growing up with Harry Potter, that was kind of like a world to escape to.
Mr. Potter.
And you could be, yourself, go to that world.
Diagon Alley.
Go to school, hang out, go to Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley.
The other one I was thinking of was like maybe Lord of the Rings, like because like of the outdoor, like it's an amazing landscape. But then I was thinking, I would die. Like I would have my 11th.
Can you go in at the end? Can you pop in when Aragorn's being crowned king?
Yeah,
I think things are probably okay.
Is coronavirus in New Zealand? Do we know that?
Do you want me to go back down there? Do some more field reporting? Is that what you want?
No, I'm just saying. You want to go visit Lord of the Rings? You could just go to New.
You go to the Shire and Bilbo's coffin.
I was going to say New Orleans. No, New Zealand.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Yeah, when they filmed all of Lord of the Rings in New Orleans.
Yeah.
We have to get to the end of Bourbon Street.
Get down here in the bayou. We got the third Cajun food.
We got to drop this ring in a hand grenade.
I want to go to New Zealand so bad. That's like definitely on my bucket list for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
So Harry Potter is your. Would you want to go to Hogwarts or would you want to go to?
I would be.
See, even if you were a Muggle or a mudblood, what's that? A normie.
Muggle.
You could be so you could be a mudblood, right? So like that's kind of the bad word to say, right? So you don't want to. I would basically be myself, but then be a wizard and go study and escape to something else.
Because that really is, or like X-Men in a sense. To me, I'm like they're almost like the same thing in a way. But like as far as I would rather live, you go to school, you go like live in a school. It's like fantastical school. But I would rather go live at like Hogwarts and go to school. I think God, that would be so cool. Yeah, and I'm like, I want to write for the Muppets. I could be a wizard.
Y'all ever seen?
Screw you.
You could do both.
Matt Vogel.
You could do both.
I'm sure you guys have looked into like the lore or whatever. But what's the school in the United States?
Dude, I spent so much time on Pottermore last year.
What's isn't there a school in the United States?
Oh, it's got some weird name. Dude, that whole story about how the school was made is freaky.
I am not a fan of the Fantastic Beasts series at all.
Fantastic Beasts sucks.
No.
Yeah, I kind of like those movies. They're not bad to me. Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
It's like wit or
oh gosh,
Ilvermorny. Ivermorny.
Oh,
is that an L or an I? I guess it's two I's. Ivermorny. Is there not a way for it to just say it out loud?
Could it just pronounce it for us, please?
Do this.
For the love of Christ.
Oh, and the USS. Whoops.
And the USSR.
Yeah, the USSR. Their wizarding school.
Dude, that's like what's that guy's name? Cro-Magnon, that guy that goes in what's the movie where they have the Triwizard Tournament?
Oh, dude, the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
Great book.
What's the
That's probably the best
one.
book.
That was the first one I read.
Same.
what's the guy's
Then
name
I went back and read
from the other
one.
school? That's the one that's got
Victor Crumb.
Victor Crumb. That's it. That's who I'm trying to think. That's the one that's also got Robert Pattinson in it.
It is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cedric Diggory.
My boy. That's my boy.
Dude, that's pretty good.
That's like the most emotional.
It's actually they did a good job in the movie, but it's much sadder in the
That's
books.
the most emotional. That's like one of the when I want to cry that I gotta watch that scene.
You watch for a like. Do you like the movies a lot, or do you not really care?
No,
for
I
them?
love the movies.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
No.
It's pronounced Ivor, like Hermione, basically. Ivermorny. So Ivermorny School.
Yeah, but they never mention it in
by
the
the way,
series.
No, because it's all.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what she said about pooping recently, right?
No, I'm not even. I'm not.
Did
J.K. Rowling's gone off the deep end.
That's not the
dude,
world I want to
J.K.
live
Rowling,
in.
I
Okay?
think, is kind of losing her mind a little bit. Did you just speaking of just thinking about that particular part in the movie? Isn't Hagrid like a half?
He's a half
Half
giant.
giant.
Half giant, whatever, and then
Just
that,
half giant.
and then that woman that he gets that she's
a full giant.
Yeah.
Did you catch that last night or the other night when we were watching? When we went to see Onward, that they showed the trailer for that movie. The kid, the new Disney movie with Colin Farrell.
Oh, Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl.
That's supposed to come out for
Josh
the past like
Gad
2 or 3.
plays like a midget giant.
He plays. They call him a giant dwarf.
Giant dwarf. That's
Or a
right.
dwarf giant.
I said midget. That was very offensive
Yeah.
of me. I should have said giant little person. So he's just an average sized
canceled.
guy. I'm canceled.
Doesn't mean I'm back.
You're back.
Contract negotiations.
Welcome back.
are
Until
over.
you say the word midget, I think you're good.
I apologize to all the midgets.
No, you're
out
going
there.
on field reporting to Wuhan.
All right.
I'll tell you the best places to eat at. They got some good bat soup down there.
Dude, yeah, is that how we explain it? Did you just been in China this whole time?
Yeah,
Did we establish that and I missed it?
we did. Yeah,
Okay.
a couple times, Duncan.
I apologize.
Did y'all not post my reports? I sent in reports.
I never got reports.
Oh.
Oh man, they were good. They were just there was too much
Oh.
bat soup.
There was literally too much to say.
Too
And
much to say, yeah.
Yeah.
All that
we-
work. All those miles.
The fact that there's not a running gag of ending every show where someone's mid sentence, that should have been a thing. Because it's called too much to say. Like instead of saying bye, someone's talking.
the
and
battery
it's
We're
runs
three
out.
years
every
into
time.
this podcast. And
Battery.
I think that would have been great. Yeah, there's every time it just cuts. Well, the award show, the Shotties, I think ended like that, right? Where it just cut.
No.
The camera cut.
The camera cut off,
Okay.
but the audio was
That
still
was
there
funny.
for the. And we were like, "What happened to the camera?" The camera died, but the stream was still running with no video.
Now, would you want to live in 90s Wizarding World? Or would you rather live like before? Like basically during Harry Potter's time at Hogwarts? Or would you rather go like before or after that?
No, yeah, I would be during Harry Potter's time. But
Okay,
like,
so you want
I wouldn't
to
be.
be-
I wouldn't be like with Harry. I'd be like, dude, you're
So
too
like
much
you,
trouble.
you would be eating.
You'd be
I'd be like
that-
hanging out.
You'd be in
like-
the Great Hall on Halloween his freshman year, and you heard Troll in the Dungeon, and you're just like,
Yeah.
You'd be like,
stay up here.
yeah.
You guys have fun.
Parents are checking in on me.
Professor Curl will be like, I hope you got life insurance policy.
I'm probably in Ravenclaw. Probably. I don't even know what house
I'm in
in.
Hufflepuff, according to Pottermore, which I'm cool with Hufflepuff.
I should do that.
Andrew got
Sick.
Hufflepuff too, and I was surprised. I'm surprised we
Y'all
got
would be in the
thing.
same house. Oh,
Doesn't make sense at all.
Dude, you're like hating on Harry Potter. You like start spreading rumors about him. You're like, dude, I heard Harry Potter.
You're not really Draco
I
Malfoy.
heard he's got that freaking. I heard he's got that corona.
Like, imagine Pete Davidson doing a skit in SNL for Harry Potter and just being in the halls, being like, I don't know.
Oh, dude, you know what that just
I
reminded
heard
me
that
of?
guy is into
Have you ever
Mudblood.
have you ever seen that SNL skit where it's the dude from The Hobbit and they're playing like it's like
Marty Freeman?
It's like The Office, but it's Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
The Office.
Reams.
So- I love that.
The Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Bobby Moynihan again. That's 2 podcasts in a row we've referred to Bobby Moynihan.
Bobby Moynihan.
Lord of the Rings.
Dude, so great. Love it.
Yeah, Harry Potter would be great. So we have
That was the one that I considered,
no,
but I was like,
it's Isaac's.
He could join
No,
me in that
no,
I
world.
literally said there was another one that I couldn't remember.
Stay in your world.
It was
I
Harry
could see
Potter.
us hanging out.
Okay, all right.
I
in
could
your
see us
world.
hanging out.
Yeah, we
Look
can,
at you two could be best friends in
Yeah.
Harry Potter world.
We could.
We could be. Have y'all ever been to in Orlando?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only during Horror Night, so I was only in Diagon Alley. They didn't have Islands of Adventure open. Basically, the Harry Potter section, Wizarding World, is in 2 entirely different parks, but you take the Hogwarts Express between the parks. So I was only in Diagon Alley, but then they have the castle with 2 of the other rides, like Hogwarts itself, and then they have oh my god, why can't I think of it?
Bitter beer.
No, Butterbeer is amazing.
Hagrid's Adventure.
No, that motorbike journey I think is actually up at Islands of Adventure too. No, where do they go? Like they go on the weekends and stuff. Sometimes. Hogsmeade. They have Hogsmeade and Hogwarts up at Islands of Adventure, but I'm excited to take the train because apparently there's all these screens within the train, so you never really are looking outside. But it looks like you're actually traveling across, and you see like Dementors and stuff.
Dude, I want to try those jelly beans that taste like every flavor.
Dude, Chocolate Frog's pretty dope.
We should get some.
Honeydukes is awesome, and the Wizards Weasley, like the Wizard. What is it? Weasley Wizards Wheezes? Their shop, you know, where it's like outside. He's like putting a hat on and off.
Yeah.
Dude, walking through Diagon Alley there seriously looks like you're in the movie. It's really cool.
Can you guys
The wand
explain
shop
something to me?
when they do the
Wand
performance?
Ollivander School? Yeah.
I've never understood from the movies, or I guess also the books.
How does magic work?
Yeah.
So like, where does
show
magic
you.
come from?
Sometimes when a man loves his wand very much.
Thank you.
In the movie, when he says it wrong and he goes Diagonelli, why does it take him to like 1 street over?
Because it's something.
Why is it called? Is that
Flu
place?
powder is very finicky. That's why a lot of wizards don't even use it anymore. Up at that time, I thought for some reason it's Nocturne Alley, correct?
Yep.
I thought for some reason it was named or it had a second name of something as Die Again Alley, and that's how he says it. And I could be wrong there, but I feel like for some reason there's something that has to do in the book where it's Die Again Alley, and that's like the evil because it sounds like Diagon, and he got it off by just a little bit.
Yeah.
But then he lands in Borges and
it sounds like
something.
it sounds like diagonally.
It's like when you ask Siri for weather and she tells you something weird. And
Would you like the
really...
weather?
Yeah.
I guess if you are a hardcore Potter fan,
we need to have an episode on Harry Potter at some point.
#TMTS, and maybe you could help us figure it out. Why does it only take him 1 street over? I never understood that. It's like, he's in a different place where he's not supposed to be, but then he just like walks a couple of feet over and he's where he needs to be. That's weird to me. Never understood that.
Can I ask you another question? This is going to take the topic a little.
Nocturne Alley is actually at Wizarding World too. It's very cool because it's off in its own little
I got a
corner. Sorry.
wand right there. I don't even know if you can see it.
You can't see it on the show.
It's above the GameCube controller.
Is that Voldemort's wand?
I think it's the Elder Wand. The
yeah.
Elder Wand.
Okay, so
Which is technically Dumbledore's wand, right?
Yeah.
In the movie, it's the same form
More
as
like
Dumbledore's.
Dumbledore. Because that dude's dumb.
Diagon Alley, he coughed. How does that equate to Nocturne Alley? Why? Oh, Duncan Butler asked this question. No.
Interesting.
Robert Rodriguez.
After being
asked
overloaded with
this
device, he started to
I don't know why I said Robert Rodriguez.
Okay, while he's looking that up,
Okay.
if you could be like a main character.
He's got something to say.
I already have it. Is that he almost made it to Diagon Alley, but his pronunciation sent him slightly off target to the next street. So in a meta way, it was like, I'm so close to saying it right that I'm going to go close to where it is. It kind of sounds like Flu Powder was being a little bit of a jerk.
It was like out of spite. It was like you didn't say it exactly right. So
that's honestly how it sounds. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just I thought there was a Diagon.
You know one thing
I'm telling you, it's like Siri.
It is like Siri. Siri would be like, you want to go to Waffle House? You're going to Wuhan, China.
When you go to Waffle House and it sends you to an IHOP. You know one thing I've never understood about Harry Potter is how the picture when the photos and the paintings are alive.
They're bewitched.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you know that.
Do they have like a mind? Because sometimes they talk to them.
They're their previous.
But then also sometimes it seems like it's just like a GIF, and it's like it just plays the same thing over and over.
Imagine like the time and effort and magic put into it, like a newspaper, something pretty quick that's going to be changed.
My mind is going to that cover of the newspaper of
Sirius Black,
Sirius, where he's like yelling. But it's like that just seems to always kind of
yes, because that's the newspaper, that's the Daily Prophet.
But then like a painting, like
because that's permanent. That's more of that was made to be permanent. And when someone was painting that, they would sit there and actually bewitch them. Some of those paintings had the memories and thought they were the actual person they were painting.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it's not like somebody's soul went into a painting or something.
No, not necessarily. But like they could take all their memories and
I'm thinking about the woman, the large
fat lady
that's in front of their hideout or whatever, or prisoner. What's that?
No,
their house.
Oh, that's right.
Gryffindor's common room. Yeah. It's think of like the effort you put into something. That's basically what it is.
Okay, so Isaac, what were you going to say 10 minutes ago?
Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, okay, let's flip it on its head. If you were gonna be,
Flip it and reverse it.
yeah,
It's your
in your fantasy world, it's your fantasy world. If you could be like a main character in a movie, like what would it be inside that world? Would you change your story and say, okay, no more Scott Pilgrim, I would be MCU?
If you were a main,
like if I
Like
could
if
be
you
like
were-
Tony Stark.
Yeah, if you were Tony Stark,
Oh,
would you
dude,
be Tony
I
Stark?
really-
I'd be Tony
That's a
Stark
lot of
up
pressure.
until like Spider-Man: Homecoming. That's it. So like we're good. What movie would
thinking-
I want to live as like the hero?
Come on,
in?
you want to be in Jurassic
Dude, James
Park?
Bond.
Oh yeah,
That's
for sure.
exciting.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
like,
yeah. You get a new gadget,
yeah,
new
so you
Apple
get
product
gadgets,
every year.
You get like different women.
you get like
Okay,
so many,
I don't. We don't
like,
have to go
well,
on
I'm
that
just
road.
saying.
I
I
mean,
mean,
who knows how he clears up all those STDs?
I mean, that is a real thing that people have brought up with James Bond.
Dude, he's definitely got a little.
You
bit
might
of
be eating it in No Time to Die. By the way,
itch.
Never mind. Okay, I took that in a
Dying?
totally different way.
Dying?
Okay, yeah,
What
yeah,
the-
okay.
He might be dying again. Dying again.
That would be crazy.
Okay.
I can't believe that movie got pushed back, but whatever. Yeah, I think I would be James Bond. Because
Are
it's
you gonna-
exciting, but you always know that you're the main. So would you be self-aware and know that you're the main character in it? Or do you just like, you know what I'm saying? Because then I'm like, okay, even if it's something bad that's happening, I know that I'm James Bond.
Well,
and
you're
I'm
the
gonna
main
live.
character of your story anyway, right now. So yeah,
Well, I'm going to die at some point.
you might.
Soon,
You might. There's no time to die right now.
There's no time to die. I'm recording.
dude. I don't really know. Because
It's crazy at some point. I could probably record a podcast and die before it comes out.
you know what do you think your last podcast is going to sound like?
Probably me dying.
never know.
And you laughing.
You'd be like,
Yeah, as there's a
We'll be
gunshot.
playing fantasy. Ludicrous.
Yeah, I'm
That's-
probably going to be listening to Ludacris. And
In
die.
the grass and the dirt.
Make it hurt. I don't even know.
Okay.
He's one of the best lyricists with rap music.
I don't know.
yeah, he's great in the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, I want to be James Bond.
You'll hear that?
Yeah, you have a neighbor that lives above you.
Is that the
Oh,
point?
no, I didn't know what. It sounded like a lawnmower.
No, you live in a condo. You're at your house, Duncan.
Duncan,
Y'all hear that?
wake up.
Wake up, Duncan.
What?
Duncan's about to wake up and be
My
like,
boy!
"Oh
My boy!
my god."
Here's my son. I don't know why I thought about that part of that movie.
It's sad.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole Quidditch World Cup is so much better in the book. That's why you need to read
Yeah.
the books or
Yeah.
listen to them. Dude, Quidditch World Cup is awesome. It's like 4 or 5
Yeah, yeah.
chapters too. Okay, so what do
I
you?
mean, dude, it would be difficult to like not want to be like a cool Jedi, especially.
Oh yeah, true.
But at the same time, like
Be Anakin.
I would be. It would be dope to be.
Yeah.
Bat-
My boy, yeah.
it would dope to be like Batman too.
Batman would be
Oh.
cool, but you do have to live with like this immense, like you're a broken person.
Yeah, you know, you gotta like you eat dinner alone every night.
I mean, you have Alfred.
Alfred,
Pass the ketchup.
Lobster Thermidor.
dude, what about that? What
Lego
about
Batman is
You ever
so good.
seen the Pete Holmes the bad man
Yeah.
skits when he's like, and then I told Alf, and then I told some guy.
Actually, I think being the Flash would be kind of fun because he's like a fun hero.
Dude,
I'm trying to think of someone who's not like has just the most messed up backstory. Dude.
yeah, Green Lantern.
He's cool. Actually,
That'd be cool.
Superman wouldn't be
Or
that
just
bad.
being Ryan Reynolds would
Superman
be
has
cool.
a good has good parent figures.
I was gonna see Superman.
like
yeah.
Superman, of course, is awesome. Who would you be?
I don't know. I was more interested to hear what your
You'd
answers were.
be.
I think James Bond would be fun.
Yeah.
James Bond would be cool. Which James Bond though?
Or I could be just looking over there from our last episode. I could be Lightning McQueen.
just be a car.
Yeah, I'll be Tomater.
Tomater.
No,
All right, I'll tell you my answer because I would kind
you
of
have
think
an
about
answer.
this, but I
Okay.
didn't want to like, push another podcast.
I'd be Mr.
that might be-
Fantastic.
No, I'd be Danny Ocean
Oh,
and hang out with Rusty
that
Ryan.
would be cool.
Okay, so this is a little bit behind the scenes. When we did the social network episode, the thumbnail was going to be a top 8, and it was going to be everybody, and you were going to be George Clooney,
Yeah.
like from the movie. But I couldn't make it work. Like I couldn't make the top 8 work. I'm sorry.
That'd have been nice.
You would've liked
That'd have
that.
been, yeah. Oh yeah.
I tried
ruined
to,
it.
to make it work.
I was
couldn't
about
make
to
it work.
storm out.
Sorry, Isaac.
Well, maybe for this thumbnail,
I
maybe
think you
you'll
just
make
need
up
to
for it.
Yeah, can you just do Isaac and Danny Ocean next to each other or something? Like
Yeah.
maybe a mirror.
We'll see.
Freaky Friday, because we started with Freaky Friday. Do Freaky Friday with Isaac and Danny Ocean.
Wait, so he's in my body, I'm in his?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
He comes here and he does his thing.
Dude, I would be in George Clooney's body.
I don't know. I'd probably be Brad.
I'd
We
be
do
in-
need an episode. Who would you Freaky Friday with? But they got to live in your body too for a day.
Oh, dude, easy. It would be.
Hot take. You do yours while he's thinking. Go, go, go.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill?
Because it's like he's a chubby, like I'm like Jonah Hill, but I'm like the
Oh.
poor, non-talented
I was
Jonah
gonna
Hill.
say like J.J. Watt or something, or The Rock.
Oh, dude,
J.J.
Watt
Watt would be
cool.
awesome.
That would be cool. Dude, The Rock is really cool too.
I don't know. It'd be nice to see what Bob
Or
Downey's got
Bill
going on.
Murray.
Who?
Robert Downey?
Robert Downey would be cool because you could basically just go anywhere and everyone knows
Bobby
who you
D?
are.
Bobby D.
Robert Kraft.
Bobby Moynihan.
Robert Kraft? Really?
What? No, I'm just kidding. Bill Belichick.
Who else? Keanu Reeves.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Dude, Jason Momoa.
I think hanging out with Keanu Reeves for a day would be really great.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I don't know. He's probably
Plus, he'd
normal.
probably give you
He's
a
very
freaking
normal.
like.
I think that's fun though. Like he just goes like paparazzi's like, oh, he's going to get ice cream. Like
Dude,
that's cool.
You know, what'd be cool to hang out with is like probably Adam Sandler would be a cool guy to hang out with.
Like I can't even do his noises.
There's somebody.
he would like come pick you up and be like, this is Duncan. Like I don't even know. I can't.
Plus,
do it.
dude, like he's notorious. He like gives his friends stuff. Like, he'd probably like give you like a Maserati or something.
Have y'all seen Jack Black's YouTube?
Yes.
He would be somebody
He
cool
would
to
be
hang
a
out
good.
with.
He
Yeah.
would be a cool person
yeah.
to hang out
I
with.
famously just don't really like Jack Black.
Dude, don't be like this.
I am like this. I've not liked Jack Black forever. I'm not.
Whatever. Dude, did you?
Kung
do you
Fu
know,
Panda and just
hey,
went downhill.
So you want to know
I'm
something
afraid of pandas.
funny? Jack Black and Jack White are working on a music project together. Guess what it's called?
Jack Gray or something,
Oh.
right? That's been known for a little bit though. Sorry.
Okay.
You could just act like you don't know it.
True.
so
I
he
should
can-
probably do that. I do
he
that
can
a
put
lot
it
to
out.
Duncan.
And then you were like, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Duncan.
Do like a cut take right here and then do it again.
So Duncan, you wouldn't be Mike Wazowski? I just keep looking at your computer.
No, dude. It would be cool to be.
What?
I don't know, I just saw the Duncan and then the Mike Wazowski video and then eating it.
Duncan is like an actual like costume character.
And
at
you know
Disney.
he can't get up after that because he's like a turtle in
No,
a
he's
shell.
just
For
you're
those-
in there. You're in there too, and it's probably hurting your stomach because of the way you're falling down, but you're being lifted up at the same time.
For those who are wondering, on the last episode of the podcast,
Make sure to go to Heroshot Media on YouTube to check it out, or on Stitcher.
there'll be
Google Play.
there'll be a link. I'm sure
Oh,
somewhere
sorry.
if I remember to
Right.
post it. Right, it'll actually be above.
It's actually in typical Mike Wazowski fashion. It's going to be over Duncan's head.
no, it'll be over Eric's head.
Okay, that's fine.
We watched.
I'm famous.
We watched clips of Disney cast members people in costumes taking spills while on stage and whatnot. Dude, did you hear about Ben Affleck's kid? What Adam Driver did for Ben Affleck's son for his
Yes.
birthday?
Yeah.
He like shot a video as Kylo Ren and stuff. That's pretty badass.
Because Ben Affleck said that he was like, I bought him a toy or I bought him gifts and they weren't in on time. One, you're Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Splurge
First of
for the
all,
prime.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, what did you buy your kid that wasn't ready yet?
Dude, probably a freaking car or something.
Maserati.
Got him a house.
All right, so we probably need to wrap this thing up.
What age did you lose your virginity? 0?
Oh my God.
Well, whenever True Lies came out for Duncan,
Yeah. Well, I mean, with someone else though, not with yourself.
That'll be a different episode.
Yeah,
somebody
okay, that's
leave
fine.
comments on like where you would want to go. Explore what world.
Yeah. What fictional land would you love to be a part of?
I'm giving you the golden ticket.
Maybe it's maybe it's Dr. House, or maybe it's
Game of Thrones?
maybe it's
Actually, yeah. I mean, if you could be rich there and it's a boring time.
Richie Rich. Maybe
Richie
that's
Rich, the
maybe
kid from Blank Check.
yeah, or
Love Blank Check.
or you could just hang out with Macaulay Culkin like right now.
He seems kind of cool.
Dude, I think I've told you about the guys Red Letter Media on YouTube. They're like good friends with him, and he pops up in their videos all the time.
Home Alone, but you're Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. Joe Pesci and that other guy tried to rape you.
That's not what they were trying to do.
That's not what they were trying to do?
Not what they were trying to do.
Oh, he said he was going to bite off his
They
fingers.
actually never say. That never.
I just figured that biting off the fingers was like foreplay.
that was to murdering him.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
about it.
Okay.
They never really say why they want to break into their house. Like there's never like jewels or like a safe or anything.
Well, it's a big, nice house, and they're just assumed
in
that
a
it's-
subdivision full of big, nice houses.
Yeah, and they've robbed all those other houses, but they'd already robbed all those other houses, and like this one was like the biggest and nicest.
Great Chris Columbus movie.
Dude, who knows what Peter
Who
McAllister
also did Harry Potter movies.
That's right.
That's dude. Nice.
We touched
What's it called? It's not a segue,
like
but like a
connection or-
seg won't.
a segment. Oh, okay.
Let us know what franchise or movie universe, TV universe you'd want to live in with the hashtag True Lies.
Bad Boys 2.
You guys, anything you want to say?
No, I think that about does it. Be sure to hit us up in the comments below. Let us know. Or using the hashtag TMTS on the tweets.
Isaac?
We out.
You can follow us online at Dunk Butler, at Isaac Remack, or at Play a Lotta. We love you. Eric's already leaving. All right.
Bye, Eric.
Goodbye, everyone.
Contract extension.
We love you.